Um, yeah, I don't know. I think the fact that like it's not, I feel like a lot of the Christmas stuff obviously gets really commercialized. Like you got a lot of the pop stars from this era doing stuff. I will say Michael Bublé does have a Christmassy
Yeah,
time voice,
yeah.
so I could see. Yeah, I
Shout
could
out to
see
the
that.
Canadian. Shout out to the Canadian. You
Yeah.
know. So, all right. So let's move on to the third one. For me, I got what was the best gift you received as a child growing up?
That's a tough one. I mean, it's got to. I mean,
You
I'm going to say
you
the
definitely received gifts when you were a kid, right?
yeah, but it's just tough, like narrowing
I
like
know.
what was
I
the
know.
most excited. There was like a Star Wars Lego set I got when I was a kid that was like big because I love
Okay.
Star Wars and Legos, as most kids do, young boys do. Um, Xbox, the first Xbox that came out, I remember getting that. I was pretty excited,
Did you
and
get
like
the
my
Halo
first
game?
games. Yep, Halo, and then it wasn't like it wasn't Madden. It was
Blitz.
no, it wasn't Blitz. I can't even remember the name of it, but I'll have to look it up.
Oh,
It was
it
like
was probably NFL 2K like 5 or something like that. Like the
2K5. I do remember, but it wasn't the first like football game I remember playing on Xbox. But regardless, it was like an Xbox like exclusive
Okay.
NFL game. It might have
Yep.
been like similar to like QB Club or something like that.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. I was like probably I don't know like fourth or fifth grade maybe when that came out. I was pretty pumped for that. Um,
Gotcha.
yeah, I don't know. That was probably my favorite.
All right.
And then my brother and I got to like run downstairs and like Pats versus Jets on
Yeah.
whatever stupid game that was.
Yeah. That
We actually have a
was
Christmas tradition where it's like for years going back now. It's we get on like whatever our system is. We're pretty as you Microsoft Xbox. We've kind of stuck with that, but
yep.
we'd play Pats versus Jets. We'd make it snowing, and you set the weather to that, and we play like our annual Christmas bowl game.
No, that's cool. That's really
Yeah,
neat. What time?
yeah. He
What
usually
time you
he's
you
usually
got you got to live stream it? I mean, what time does this happen?
it's usually in the morning before like everyone comes over
Ah,
and
perfect time. Let's throw it on the
stuff like
stream. Let's
that.
get a live stream going.
Yeah, maybe we could do that. He's complained the last like year or two because
Oh, they always
like
do.
like the roster, you got a better team this year. There were a few times I pulled off the upsets with those really shitty Jet teams against Brady.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, most of the time he's definitely got my number on that one.
I mean,
But
Mark Sanchez had his number, right?
that's true.
But I will say, I do enjoy that Christmas Bowl. I like that a lot. I got a couple on my mind. One that comes to my mind is back in, I think it was '05 when Xbox One came out. And my brother and my dad and I had one paper route, and then my mom and my sister had another paper route. So we individually got tips as a group, and we made the most of it. Christmas tips were incredible. People were so great to us, and it was one of those things where at the end of the route we added up how much we got, and we had Ori and Xbox, on stock. So I said, what better way to make this happen and go get a, Xbox 360 at GameStop. And actually, no, it was Best Buy because my brother used to work there. We got his discount. So that was really like a fun one for me because I earned it. And also, the games contributed to the cost and the system contributed to the cost. And then as a gift, my mom and dad, took care of the rest. And then they got us a HD TV to hook up the Xbox 360. So it was a very nice Christmas
Nice.
gift. Hands down, my brother and I were playing it for hours. And it took some time away from the family, but we also got Rock Band in play. So that
Ooh,
was fun. So yeah, and my sister got involved because we always included her playing video games. But another one that came to my eyes, and I'll remember this to the day I die, is I lived in two different homes when I was a kid growing up. And the first home that I had was in a cul-de-sac, and everyone had a dog. And I was like, man, I just wish I had a dog, right? Like, I'm 10 years old, going on 11. I just want an opportunity to just, have a furry thing running around, right? And so we went to Rhode Island Mall to see Santa Claus, and my mom and dad, were with us in line. And then my dad said I had to run to the bathroom. Um, they took two cars while we were driving, and my dad came out and grabbed the dog while we were on Santa's lap. And we got home and we run upstairs because we think, we're back home, we're having hot chocolate, we're ready to watch a movie. And then we run back downstairs, and what's there is a brand new old English sheepdog by the name of Oreo. We were unbelievably excited. I don't know how my dad did it. I still ask him to this day because we ran up the stairs and it was like a 10-second opportunity for us to, go back downstairs. And he legitimately came. I already know what happened, but like he came out of either his bedroom downstairs or it was the laundry room, and he sprinted out and he dropped the cage, and there was the dog waiting for us. And God, she was loved forever. And yeah, so I would always remember that absolutely
That's
till the day
awesome.
I die. That was like one of my favorite Christmas gifts I ever received as a kid. So
Oh man,
yeah, it was great. What has
shout
been
out
the
pops.
yeah? What has been the ultimate Christmas moment in your life, Ticket?
Oof, that's a good question, man. I don't know. It's sometimes things blend in together, but um, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like cliche because a lot of the years maybe like you don't realize it in the moment, but afterwards, like you can appreciate things as you get older. So
Yeah,
yeah, I would just say like the last Christmas I had with like my grandfather around and my mom's side because I spent a lot of time with them growing up. So I mean, I was just like nice. We'd go over to my grandparents' house,
yeah,
and they always hosted. They would have the fireplace going, and getting to play like we would play. I would play like chess with him. I'm a terrible chess player. I could like back then I seemed like a lot more savvy than I would be now, which is kind of crazy. But
yeah,
the 10-year-old chess player me would definitely beat the 33-year-old chess player me as I stand. But those are just good times. Like looking back on it, it's like yeah, you can appreciate little things like that. The hot chocolate with the marshmallows, like you were just talking about, or
yeah.
popping on a movie with like your family members. Just looking back on it, it's like yeah, you got you count your blessings and there were good times and you appreciate it. I'm sure
Ye-
for you is probably getting Oreo.
no, that was definitely a big moment for me. Right, it's when I, absolutely believed that Santa Claus was there, delivering the dog. So definitely agree to that. But I think as you get older, it's more about making memories. It's more about for the kids, right? And like I have a ton of baby cousins. I have a niece now. I am going to have like either another niece or a nephew on the way, which will be announced tomorrow. Um, and it was something that came to me as like I guess a maturity factor or a life moment where you develop a life and you understand like the true meaning of it. But it's always fun to see happiness and excitement from a kid's standpoint. And
Yeah,
like I think that's like the ultimate Christmas moment or Christmas opportunity for a lot of families. And those who are not fortunate enough, we try, especially through donations, try to make it work for the families that can't afford gifts around the holidays. So it's always good, nice to give back. So it's giving back, and it's also for the kids. So do it for the kids. Santa Claus is coming down that chimney in his fat suit and his white beard. He's ready to eat all the cookies in the house, drink the milk, everything and everything. So, enough of the sentimental, sappy stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
As far as your favorite team, what player or what move do you think your team needs to do to solidify a successful outcome in an off season or during a regular season?
Well, the Yankees could have done it with Soto, so that would have been nice, but they didn't. Although they're having a nice offseason, I'll give them that. Outside of signing Soto, I think they've made some pretty solid moves. Um, for the Jets, it's probably not a player. It's like, can we get a new owner and
Yeah,
coach and
yeah.
GM? Which obviously the coach and GM part is coming, um,
Do you feel
but
like
I
it's a
guess
good idea though to have Mike Tannenbaum run your freaking process and research when he was a debacle of a GM on the Jets?
so. I don't think he was that bad of a GM for us. He took some good players. If you really look back at in my lifetime, Tannenbaum era was not terrible. Like we made the playoffs
He was
here
horrible
and
for
there.
Miami, so
We
you
won.
can take that run with
Yes, he was
it.
very
But
bad for Miami, and I've heard him make some very bad takes on ESPN since then,
awful.
since he's been unemployed. Um, but like I said, as with the Jets, he took some really good players, um, drafted well. I thought he, for the most part, made like some not most part, but he had some successful signings, free agent signings. The Rex Ryan era, the early years, he built. He was a part of building that. Um, I don't know. I mean, I saw they interviewed Thomas Dimitrov, who was part of the Pats dynasty early on. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck we're doing. But
I
I
would go.
guess
I would go to Lewis Riddick and say, "What do you want? What do you want?
I,
I'll give you whatever you want."
I
Like,
guess the one thing that you can't fuck up is if you have a great quarterback, and I think the Jets do have a good roster outside of certain things. So if I could just supplant one guy and bring him here, Joe Burrow.
okay, but
And
how's
then
that
tell me
going to
Joe Burrow wouldn't.
realistically happen?
No. But listen, you said Christmas wish. I'm giving you my wish. I want Joe Burrow and Jet Green,
That's
and I want him now.
unrealistic. It's
Not
unrealistic.
when he's 40. It's
It's
a way. Well, is it realistic when kids go sit on Santa's lap at the mall and tell him like I want? I don't know what they want these days, but maybe for some of those that's unrealistic.
Hey, thank God this is not made for kids on YouTube because we'd be a Santa breaker or a Christmas breaker.
Listen, I don't know. That's what I want. That I want Joe Burrow.
Okay. Well, do it for the kids. Santa's still real. And also with Joe Burrow, again, that's a pipe dream. It's absolutely high on the wish list for sure. But good luck trying to get
We
him
might
out
get
of
him when he's
Cincinnati.
40 and washed up like we did with Favre and
Well, I guess you
Rodgers.
could do that or Aaron Rodgers at the same time. Why not? I thought about this too because you're not going to have a high pick, right? You're just not. What are you going to be like 8 or 9, 7, somewhere around there?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
So you might have Kirk Cousins, as another possible veteran project, but he's another bridge quarterback in order to find your quarterback. Like,
I think Jordan Travis is a guy that we should give a shot.
you've been saying
I'm
this.
saying,
You've been saying this for the past 5 podcasts. I gotta look up. Somebody pull up Jordan Travis's highlights right now. Where did he go to Auburn? Right? Did he go to Auburn?
no, or Florida State.
Florida State. See, I don't even
He's
know
a
where he
mole.
went because he's irrelevant. I will say though,
He's not. He's relevant now, but wait till he gets a chance.
wait till he gets a chance. If you can see over the offensive lineman,
Hey, Tom
he'd be
Brady
all right.
was irrelevant too
Yeah,
at one point.
we'll see what happens. How tall is he? He's like 6 feet,
He's
6'1".
short. He's bigger than Tua.
He is bigger than Tua. I mean, at this point, a lot of people are bigger than Tua, especially when it comes to the heart.
I don't need to take a shot at Tua, but
I mean, you gotta. But for me, I think it's about time that we see a Red Sox ownership spend dollars, How about we do that, right? Like
Now we're
Walker
talking
Bueller.
unrealistic things.
Yeah,